This is Tim Albright with an Aviation ISE special. I am your host. What we're doing is we are previewing Integrated Systems Europe 2019 comes your way February 5th through the 8th in beautiful Amsterdam at the RAI. With me today to talk about what Luxul will be bringing to the show is Mr. Kevin Hansen. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on. It's always good to meet with you. It's probably the third year in a row of doing this, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So you guys are actually, you have two spots in the RAI. You have a kind of standalone location in Hall 1. Hall 1, Q as in Queen, 120. But you also, you're a part of the Legrand AV family.
Correct.
And you guys, that as a group, you will be in Hall 2, C50. So whichever way you want to, wherever you want to meet Luxul, you can do that. You're going to have the same stuff in both locations, so regardless.
Same stuff in both locations. I'll probably spend most of my time in in Hall 1, so come visit me, but yes. You can also go to Hall 2 and visit the other guys.
All right, very good. So speaking of the stands, when somebody walks into the stand, what are you guys going to be bringing to the show in February?
You know, there's some technology that we've finally gotten released. I say finally because our friends in Europe have been asking for it for quite some time, and that's the ability to schedule Wi-Fi. And the way we're doing that is we actually schedule Wi-Fi through using a PoE switch. All of our access points are powered over PoE, so we can simply go through the menu and we can check, I want these hours to allow Wi-Fi or allow connectivity, and these hours basically on or off in an 8-hour day. Not an 8-hour day, sorry, a 24-hour day.
Yeah. And you're doing that through the PoE portion of each switch, and you're doing it per port, correct?
Per port. So we go to each port and we can schedule the device up or down. It doesn't have to be the AP. That's just an application we see in Europe that's very popular. Is I'd like to have my house be more of a green home. I want to turn off the Wi-Fi at 10 p.m. and I want to turn it back on at 5 a.m. And up till now, we've had to use other means, more manual means to do that. Now we can just schedule the PoE to be either on or off, and thus power up or power off the access point.
Since you're able to power cycle each individual PoE port, what are some of the other applications that you guys are seeing both in Europe and abroad?
Well, anytime an access point or an IP camera, any device, if it goes down, it locks up, it freezes. Instead of rolling a truck to power cycle that, which is really all you're going to do when you go on site anyway, is to power cycle, get it back up and running. We can now do that remotely through powering the PoE port. And one of the really nice things we're doing now is we have something called self-healing built into the newest firmware update, 4.1.1 and 4.1.2. And what this does is allows us to program so that we're going to ping the device on that port. Let's say we're talking about port 1. And so I'm going to ping that device, and then if that ping fails, we can set up a rule that says, if this fails, just automatically power cycle this port and get this back up and running. So it really gets no more rolling a truck. You're just going to be setting it up and automatically fixing itself through the self-healing.
Interesting. But it is something. So once you update to this newest firmware, it's not something that does it automatically. The integrator has to go in and actually program that.
Yeah, there's some configuration. There's a nice how-to video on our site of how to go do that. This is the first version of the firmware that has it in there. So I believe you'll see something come out later that'll be more automated, but today you're going to have to type in the IP address and tell it what you want to do. But it's something you can do remotely. You don't have to go and then follow up with that site visit to power cycle that device. It should happen automatically.
All right, very good. ISE has also become a pretty good show for showing off new products for new product releases. I believe Mike Blackman from ISE said last year they had over 200 new product releases. So what else are you guys going to be showing in Amsterdam?
Yeah, aside from these, this new firmware, it actually was brought about with 2 new switches we're adding to the arsenal. This is only available on our upper end of the switch line, all of our AMS and most of our XMS line. But in addition to that, we'll have a new controller we're launching. It'll probably launch in Q2 of next year, which basically increases the number of access points managed from 16 to 32. Our new flagship product, I say it's our new flagship. Typically, our flagship is always that highest best AP we have. We're going to launch the XAP 1610, which kind of brings us up to snuff with the latest technology, multi-user MIMO, Wave 2. Great stuff. And then the last thing is this easy setup app where, Oftentimes dealers go on site to do the integration. They don't always have their laptop with them. Sometimes they just have a phone. Now with that phone, I can configure my wireless routers. And you can do so probably the first time. It may take you 5 minutes. After that, really, you're a minute and a half and you're done. It's super easy, super fast. It'll also have a feature where with our wireless access or our wireless routers, you can now just simply plug in an access point and it will auto deploy. I don't have to deploy that anymore. It's going to see the router. Router's going to say, hey, I know you. Let's deploy you automatically. And that'll happen, without doing anything.
And the app is available for both iOS and for Android?
Correct. And that's going to come out, I believe, in January. It'll be pre-ISE, probably right there at ISE time is when it'll launch.
All right, very good. Not everybody's going to the show, unfortunately. There are an awful lot of people there, but not everybody in the world of AV. So if they're not going to the show, but they want to follow along with everything that Luxel is doing, how do they do that?
Best way is to come out, of course, to our website, www.luxel.com. But in social media, you can come to Luxel on both, just plain Luxel on Facebook and on Twitter. And then on LinkedIn, on LinkedIn, we're Luxel. On Twitter, we're Luxel Corp.
All right,
but do come out and subscribe and follow us out there. We're always pushing new stuff out.
All right, very good. We'll see Kevin in Amsterdam as well. You can follow along with us, Aviation. That's aviation.tv, aviation.tv, where you'll find videos like this as well as our coverage of ISE 2019. Again, comes your way February 5th through the 8th. Thank you so much, Kevin Hansen from Luxel. For us, again, aviation.tv. That's aviation.tv.